Hey guys, welcome back to another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. I'm Green Zero, and we have a 3v3 here for you today. And of course, if you haven't noticed, we are vastly approaching my 500th Kane's Wrath video commentary. We're up to 496, and I know you're excited because there's a big video coming, and there's a bit of a challenge going on at the moment if you guys can figure that out. But we are going to jump into this game here for you today. It's on Tiberium Resistance. We haven't seen this for a while. It was ridiculously popular quite some time ago, where it was just endlessly getting played, and then the 3v3 scenes sort of dropped back to the regular 1v1, 2v2, but every now and then it does crop back up. But we have this game here for you today, so we're going to jump in and see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it as well. So Tiberium Resistance, you should know the layout of the map. It's really interesting with the big field over here and the player that starts in the corner. So Xtremizer is going to be playing as the orange nod in the bottom right hand side. Xtremizer just starting off down there. Aggressor is also starting on the bottom side as a teammate. He's going to be the black hand, and that means Senna is starting on the far left side here, and he's going to be Reaper 17. Just had to clear my throat there. What is going on? What is going on? So Senna just going for his spike. Aggressor also going for his spike. That means at the top here we have playing as Vanilla Scrin. We have OneVISION, and he's taking his spikes. His drone ship is already on the move. No crane needed. Or foundry in this case. No, is it foundry? Yeah, it is a foundry, I believe. Or is that... No, extractor is the refinery. So he's going to be moving to his expansion field, which means Incapaisa is over here. Heavy Harvester can only mean steel talons for Incapaisa there. Incapaisa, more like it, am I right, guys? And over here, as Traveler 59, because there's no way you build a stasis chamber any other way, is going to be a Smurf of Janea, aka the Captain. So he's going to be moving forward with these fast-lane disintegrators. Does Xtremizer have any scouts? There's absolutely no scouts here. There is a beacon over here from Xtremizer, but he's just beaconing the friendly scouts over here, maybe to redirect them to a different location. Interestingly enough, Senna is also rushing with slow leg disintegrators. And these disintegrators here making their way into the field. It's going to be a challenge because there's stealth harvesters here. Xtremizer can simply just move his harvester out of harm's way, unless of course these guys run straight back into the middle of it. Oh my god, he revealed the stealth. Oh my god, that was terrible. I'm not sure why he didn't pull that away, and he lost a harvester. Wow, Xtremizer, an unnecessary loss there. Unfortunately losing that harvester there. That was not necessary. Overwhelms the Cabal squad. Here comes the Operation Center. That's from Aggressor, by the way. He sells it, which means whatever Flame Rush he had in mind is completely cancelled. No, he doesn't actually have it cancelled. He's got a Reckoner. So he did manage to squeeze out a Reckoner beforehand. Meanwhile, OneVISION is going to lose a Seeker Tank, unfortunately, and I'm not sure what else he was losing there, but no Harvester is going to go down. Buzzer Hive will repel that. Disintegrators are on the move. A lot is happening already in this game here. As we can see, Scouts going down. Bikes coming out now for Aggressor, but they're already getting attacked by Scouting Pitbulls here from Incapaisa by the looks of things. He's trying to take out this spike. The Captain is. He's not going to get it. Oh my god, what is Aggressor doing? He ran his disintegrators. Sorry, he ran his Reckoner up to the disintegrators. He just manages to save it, but you know what? There's a Pitbull here. Oh, there you go. See you later. Unfortunately, the Captain does lose a big chunk of his disintegrators. Some will get away, but the Reckoner is disabled as well. So the bottom team just making two pretty big blunders. Xtremizer not necessary to lose a Stealth Harvester, and then running the Reckoner right into the disintegrators was not the best. Of course, these guys here, none of them are pro. They're all pretty average players, I guess. I mean, OneVISION's a little bit above average, but this is a 3v3, so it doesn't matter as much. It should be a really good game, but hopefully they can lift that a little bit there. Attacking the fast spike now, that is going to be the Captain. Taking out Senna's spike. I'm not sure if he's going to get it. There's a Cabal squad inbound as well. Battle markers are raging. He was trying to do, or Senna was trying to do the same thing to Incapaisa's spike. The gun turret there, unfortunately, just out of range. It's not going to matter. It will be saved. And again, these battle markers just pinging up. Looks like those disintegrator squads were cleaned up. Let's have a quick look at how things settle down now, because that rush phase is somewhat over. 5 and 2 for Senna, and he's expanded as well with, whoa, 3 and 1. Holy crap, he's got a lot of economy. And Aggressor, he's only got 3 and 2, so he's not doing very good. Hasn't even moved his MCV, so he's doing pretty bad. Xtremizer has managed to recover only 3 harvesters. No, that's okay. So again, the bottom team is definitely feeling it. Meanwhile, the Captain, oh, he does lose a harvester. I wasn't paying attention. Looks like some bikes managed to sneak their way, and Aggressor actually getting a little bit of payback there. Those bikes might want to evac out, so I did miss that ref placement. That ref placement there. We have 3 and 2 from Janea, so he's not exactly in the most powerful position either. Leaving those bikes behind, not necessary there. Again, he should have moved them way out of harm's way there. Not sure what his overall plan was there. Scouts just facing off. Looks like OneVISION's got blue tip. Double harvester. Wow, talk about death sentence greedy there. That is greedy, but he's going to be able to defend it. He's got units here to defend it as well. OneVISION is just exploding. He's got triple ref. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6 harvesters here with 2 more at the blue Tiberium field. Meanwhile, Incapaisa has 3 and 1 on his expansion, probably 5 and 2. He does have 5 and 2. The economy is looking pretty ship shape here, so I believe the only person who's doing good in the economy department on the bottom is going to be Senna, who is going for the blue Tiberium field up here as well. He's going to be able to defend that. There is a Reckoner coming in. This Gunwalker is going to be able to spot it, so not going to be able to destroy it, put a little bit of damage on it, but is it going to be able to... No, there's actually there's nothing here to really intercept that. It could get in if it gets to this tech center, which is still a long drive away. He's looking for something. Battle markers again, right? Oh, we got an EMP blast. He missed. How could he miss with an EMP blast? Oh my god. It's actually going to get to the tech center here. This is not good. He's going to be able to burn that down. Battle markers meanwhile raging. Looks like he's trying to destroy Aggressor's harvesters. Scorpion tanks will clean that up, but nonetheless, Storm Column comes out. It's not going to do it. The Reckoner's got so much armor. And OneVISION is going to lose his tech center. Unfortunately, that's going to go down. And for a Traveler player, that is a really big problem. No, he's actually Vanilla Scrin, sorry. That's a really big problem. He's even going to bail out. Forces the sell off of that there as well. Not going to lose any harvesters. And he does clean up those Seeker tanks. He does get he does force the sell on the Storm Column. He gets a power plant. Will he get another power plant? Wow, that's an upgraded one as well. That's going to be a nice pickup if he manages to secure that. I think he's going to get it as well. He does get it. Low power mode, so OneVISION not able to handle that very well. Battle markers raging here as well. Phase field comes down, so Senna's harvester is going to be safe. Incapaisa has some Titans and some Wolverines. Surprisingly enough, he's got no AP ammunition on those. It's almost done though. Hopefully he waits for that to finish. Meanwhile, infantry spam is coming out here by Xtremizer here, and he's moving across. He's got one of his upgrades. He hasn't got the second upgrade. He's going to be forcing these guys off the field there. Janea's having a bit of a hard time there. I'm having trouble catching all the action. AP ammo is done. There's going to be engagement over here as well. Senna should be able to come in and help defend this area. And here comes the Iron Storm as well, which is a feature of this match. The Iron Storm does just come down every now and then, so I believe there's a countdown time for it as well. But we're going to have battle markers raging. Incapaisa try and destroy harvesters. Not going to get that harvest. There's a dead harvester house there, so he did kill one. But a lot of these units are just getting destroyed here. Unfortunately, not able to achieve too much. Battle markers raging over here. It's nothing serious. Xtremizer still pushing on the captain over here. Meanwhile, looks like the green. Sorry, no, that's Senna has the center field. Not Senna, far out. The captain here. And both sides sharing the blue Tiberium and trying to take it all over the map. Senna, again, securing more blue Tiberium, and Xtremizer, I believe, he's already got some blue Tiberium as well. EMP Blast comes down. Not sure what for. That really didn't disable anything at all. They really should just save that. Infantry forces are here. Does he have a tech center? That would be nice. He could call in the redemption ability. What's happening over here? He does call in the redemption ability, but we have hammerheads over here as well. Can he micro though? That's the thing. It's a really high intense micro type of ability, and as we can see, absolutely no EMP blast coming down there. So that was pretty much I mean, it's drawing a lot of fire, but yeah, no EMP blast coming down. Janea, the captain, is going to be able to defend that, no worries. Meanwhile, Senna just cleaning up some units at the backfield. He's got both of his upgrades for his tripods. They're going to be really, really, really powerful. And in a 3v3, those tripods have such bulldozing potential, especially on a big map. Unfortunately, Xtremizer are going to be losing one of his blue tip harvesters. The other will escape with a full load. I believe it should be able to safely make it back to base. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? We have, oh my god, he's used a portal. He's used a wormhole, and it looks like he's taken the tech center away from Senna there. He's not going to be enjoying that. Puts the Storm Column down. To be honest, that Storm Column's pretty much just going to get rolled as soon as his forces rock up. Meanwhile, looks like Janea is coming into this field. He's going to get one harvester kill there. Takes one out. The other harvester is not being pulled. This harvester here does get pulled, but will he lose it? He needs to get rid of that Seeker tank before he loses it. One more shot, and it's going to go down. Oh, he gets the stealth back on. He gets the stealth. The Seeker goes down, which means there's nothing to stop, or there's nothing to reveal this. Incapaisa could use a scan if he has one, but I don't think there's a coordination. Maybe a scan is in charge. Not sure. But Xtremizer is going to be okay. Has some Venoms out as well. No upgrades for those. Has both the infantry upgrades now. Both secured. That Lightning Spike will go down. He doesn't really have a lot to show for all the Tiberium. He's refined. Buzzer Swarm comes down there. Not sure what they were trying to kill. Looks like Senna now pushing these guys off the field. Mastermind coming down the left-hand side here. Can he do something about that though? Janea, sorry, not Janea. Senna is being very... whoa, god damn it. That does it again. Far out. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It alt-tabbed me again. I know the Refora guys love looking for those. It's not intentional, like holy crap. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It does it in Overwatch as well. I think it's just something to do with my computer or something like that. But this Mastermind is pretty much dead. There's several Venoms, so it's not going to be able to do anything. I mean, even if he mind controls one Venom, that's not going to matter. They will clean it up. OneVISION getting a bit antsy there. He does have tripods. There is a Marv here, but it's only a Steel Talons Marv. Behemoths are coming, but the thing is, these tripods Oh, he actually calls in the ability there to get more Tiberium on his field. Of course, very expensive ability, but it drops a lot more Tiberium than its cost. The problem here with OneVISION is that Senna, well, if he had his tripods charged, he'd be fine, but he doesn't. So that means and he phased immediately, which means this engagement is all but over. So he's going to have to pull back. The shockwave artillery does come down. None of his tripods are charged up, so the advantage, the incredibly large advantage that Reaper normally has, is non-existent right now for Senna. So not sure why he's not doing that, but he really needs to do that. Meanwhile, looks like Janea is securing this field. He's still managing to pump out a handful of units, keeping himself safe. Incapaisa has not really been harassed at all in this game. We'll keep an eye on this engagement here right now. Orbital strike comes down. EMPs do come down as well, but they don't really hit, and looks like OneVISION does phase now. Venom's coming across. This is a really messy engagement. I don't think he really needed a phase, but look at that. Senna is actually shooting at a lot of phased units there. He's now realized this and he's changing targets, but no, he's still shooting at phased units, which means he's not really doing any damage at all, and now he's realized he's taking out those unphased units, so it took him a while to correct that. The Venoms will actually clear the skies. They've got lasers as well, so now, finally, just through the sheer power of the Reaper faction, I mean, that could have been done a lot better, but he will just come through due to the sheer power that he has here. Behemoth there being left behind as well. So not 100% sure what the plan is here. Looks like OneVISION and Incapaisa don't want to leave. Surprisingly, doesn't charge the Marv. He waits for the Marv to come to him, which was really a big mistake by Incapaisa. He could have just kept it back there and he could have just kept shooting endlessly. A few purifiers here as well. There's another engagement going on the right-hand side. We're going to quickly pop over and see that. It's just Mechapedes. They're not really going to be able to get in at all, but the Hammerheads are still here. The Venoms have gone. The Venoms are still alive somewhere, but they have left this area here. That's the thing, these Venoms come across, all these husks are theirs, and look at that, Incapaisa's just like, you know what, you're going to leave these husks undefended, we're just going to destroy them all. We have a few Mechapedes, but they belong to OneVISION. There's actually a build radius over here as well, so Senna actually moved his drone ship forward, and look at that, he put the portal down, but unfortunately all these husks are now just being completely destroyed. The Mechapedes here could finish them off, but I think they're just going to leave because these purifiers are here. The Hammerheads are like, hey, you've got no AA here. I mean, there's AA turrets, but they're just too far back. They cannot range this area here, and they will be able to clean up all the husks, and that's really important in a late game like this. If you can take all those husks back, that's massive. That is huge. You can just reclaim an entire army for like a fraction of the cost, you know. $3,000 for a tripod, and you get one for $500, the cost of an engineer. You get it for 1/6 the cost. Nothing much happening back here. A few random base defenses which could probably just be sold off for the cash. You got to really recycle your forces here again. Senna's still choosing not to charge any of his tripods. I mean, there's no Tiberium here, but still, you would have thought maybe you'd just call it in for the sake of it. Another Marv is out by Incapaisa. Battle mark is raging over here. Looks like we have a lot of Devastator warships coming out via the captain, but the Redeemer is in his base. He forces the cell, otherwise he's just going to lose this, and he's going to destroy most of this base area here. This is a bit of a problem for Janea. He needs to do something about that, or he needs to get his allies to come over and help him because they're not doing too much. Temporal comes in, Hammerheads are responding, but I mean, there's a few rocket squads inside. That's going to take a while. Oh, that vapor bomb there as well, taking out a big chunk of the base. Actually, some of these buildings are very low on health, easily snipeable. Rage Gen will go off. The Venoms are here. Unfortunately, they get stuck in the temporal. It's a little bit weird because it's like a big bowl, so they have managed to break free now, but can they actually do the damage? And he's got to watch out. Storm Column comes down. Battle markers raging over here as well. A lot of units going down. The Purifiers, and there's a Redeemer here as well, and we have the Engineers coming in from Senna. Unfortunately, that husk will go down. Purifier's actually doing a lot of work here, but there's a Behemoth up the back which is causing a world of pain right now, and they might need some repairs. Maybe some reconstruction drones would be the way to go. Oh, that EMP was devastating. That EMP is devastating, and there's a shockwave as well. Double EMP. They probably could have waited like a few more seconds before using the shockwave. We will have an obelisk come down, but unfortunately Senna is getting smashed now. An aggressor losing his units here as well. That drone ship is under attack by a lot of Devastator warships, and it will be destroyed. Unfortunately, there is a storm column, but no, these forces are being destroyed. I don't think they can continue to push here. The Redeemer may have to just turn around, otherwise it is going to be destroyed. No, they're going to fight to the death here. Venom's coming in a little bit too late. They really could have used that because there's no AA. They could have destroyed. Oh, that supersonic airstrike really hurts though. I was going to say if he could avoid that, and if he brought them here at the start of the fight, all this air and the Hammerheads would have been history, and it would have been a lot easier challenge there. That last Purifier being left behind, and this is a problem. Look at those husks. There's 5 husks there, including a Reaper tripod. They reclaim those. They'll be sitting pretty. But Xtremizer has done work over here. Janea has actually tapped out of the game, so Incapaisa now has control over Janea's units, which he doesn't really have a lot left. Obviously, I think they must have just done a mass sell here for the money. But surprisingly, Xtremizer has a Redeemer and 4 avatars, which is quite threatening as well, considering they're so far away from the bulk of OneVISION and Incapaisa's army. they're going to be able to do a lot of damage from behind. He needs to get some Venoms over here as well, because his real weakness right now is the air. He's only got 2 Venoms. Hammerheads come along, you know, they could cause some problems, but this base here, area will be destroyed. Some infantry forces we can see are coming. What are Senna and Xtremizer going to... yeah, Senna and Aggressor, what are they going to do in the meantime? They're going to try to rebuild their forces here. Does Senna not seem to realize you can charge Reaper tripods, because they are godlike powerful when they're charged, but if he doesn't want the advantage, okay, these forces now coming up behind Incapaisa's main base area here. There's even some infantry here, but that one Devastator will get a nice splash on those infantry. He needs to split those. I'm not sure if he realizes he's under attack here. Luckily, that second Devastator shot doesn't do too much, but these infantry are lining up. This one's probably going to do a fair bit of damage. Yes, it does. Fair bit of damage. These Hammerheads are coming across. There are a few Venoms here. There's quite a number of Venoms, so good work there from Xtremizer, the only one who seems to have a proper army composition right now. And he will be taking out these Hammerheads, and a lot of experience as well. Their tier 2 is going to go down for Incapaisa, who, by the way, this is his only remaining base. He's just about dead, but meanwhile, Senna is being pushed. There are 4 Behemoths and a Marv, and there's about, how many? We've got 4, 5, we've got 8 tripods here from OneVISION. A lot of them are damaged, but they're still in relatively good health in an overall manner. If this is the Redeemer, it needs to come out right now for Aggressor, because he's about to lose his base. Meanwhile, oh, they've actually circumvented. Wow, Senna got his tripods, and Aggressor has a Purifier here, and they will be overrunning this base. Rage Gen will go off. There's actually nothing to deal with these Devastator warships. Where are the Venoms? The Venoms need to come over here, because there's no AA. They can easily snipe those 2 down. Incapaisa is about to be knocked out of the game. Senna has been defeated. Senna has tapped out. And Incapaisa is somehow still alive, unless he's already tapped out as well. I'm not 100% sure. This is actually getting pretty close. The Venoms, unfortunately, unable to capitalize. Those Devastator warships were out of position for ages, but the Venoms rock up just as they make it back to the AA battery here. But this is a problem. The Redeemer did come out, but unfortunately, it's unless it's stealthed, he's in a lot of trouble. A lot of Venoms here, by the way. A lot of Venoms. He's got a ton of Venoms. He's obviously worried about the EMP blast. Phase will come down. He could probably just focus down the unphased tripod. Ironstorm is approaching, of course. Redeemer will fall. Aggressor doing his best to stay or to hold this attack off. Meanwhile, Xtremizer is getting some work done over here, although he has been hit with an EMP blast. These Behemoths are in an amazing position. EMP blast comes down, but the tripods unfortunately suck it up with their shields, which can absorb an EMP blast if they still have shield. And it looks like Xtremizer, using Senna's abilities here, will actually save his Redeemer. He will prevent the EMP from going down. But can they deal with these Behemoths which are behind these structures? They're doing a lot of damage. The Redeemer will fall. They need to blast down these structures right now. They need to get these Behemoths which are doing so much work, splashing these guys down. There's actually a Purifier at the back trying to flame down the MCV here. Battle Marker's raging over the other side of the map as well. There is a Marv here from Incapaisa. Meanwhile, Battle Marker's raging up here. They do finally smash them. They smash 2 of the Behemoths. There's still a 3rd Behemoth there. They need to put this tripod and the Behemoth down, but you know what? I think OneVISION has held here. He's held, and there's a lot of husks on the ground as well. Yes, there are. There's quite a number of husks, and he can reclaim those. Can they hold this attack? That's the thing. Aggressor is basically done and dusted, trying to pump out a few units. He's got a Tib Chem plant, or does that belong to Xtremizer? It looks, no, it is. It doesn't look that, or it looks more yellow than orange, but apparently no, it doesn't belong to Xtremizer. Vapor Bomb comes in, will actually kill a lot of husks, which is really important here. I don't know how this is going to work out. There is actually, he's got the Venom Cloud still going, but the thing is the EMP Spike is dead, so the EMP Spike is down. Incapaisa is out of the game, so and Aggressor has now tapped out, so it is now, no, Incapaisa is still in the game, so it's Incapaisa and OneVISION. Incapaisa, by the way, has a rig and a Marv and these 2 slingshots, that's it. I'm not even sure where his last building is. He's probably got a building, so he's got these Behemoth, I guess. Where is his last? He's got a power plant there. He's going to have to be so careful. If that gets destroyed, all of his units will die instantly. OneVISION won't get them if he gets knocked out via buildings. And these Venoms, this is his last bastion of hope here. If he can somehow get something done with these, I mean, they're very powerful anti-air. But the thing is, once OneVISION and Xtremizer realize it, they're just going to build some anti-air Venoms. Don't have a lot of armor. Tib Vapor Bomb comes off. It's going to cause some sprat. Oh, actually, just drops quite a number of husks there. They were very, very heavily damaged. So that's going to cost him more in engineers. There's not exactly a lot of money left. Meanwhile, Venoms are moving around. There's actually a lot of Tiberium over here if they're smart. Look at that. Actually sending harvesters to long distance mines. So he's got a lot of harvesters here. Yeah, Xtremizer unfortunately not able to identify that he needs to expand. unless he's got some type of outpost somewhere. No, I can't see anything, unfortunately. He does have a Redeemer out, so Xtremizer is quite powerful, not to mention he has all this infrastructure back here. He's got 4 Spike, and he's got the EMP control center. OneVISION has lost all of his, so this is their one and only base remaining. This could be close. OneVISION and Incapaisa might not have this. This infantry just gets fed, unfortunately. It actually takes out just a singular husk. The Marv, I believe, is stuck very heavily behind enemy lines. Yeah, the Marv is stuck down here, but it's elite, which is a problem. Because if that goes heroic, he might not be able to stop that ever. What he does need is EMP cores, which he does actually have upgraded. And he needs some Vertigo bombers. And this is the thing. Being not vanilla on a map this big, you have the tools. You have the tools. I mean, he's got the time. These slingshots are going to be used to crush. Unfortunately, he's not shooting at the slingshots. He's shooting at the Marv. Well, probably should have taken those slingshots out before deciding to go for the other unit, and he will actually destroy them now, and he gets both of them. One more gun walk here, that's history. Quite a number of infantry squads here as well. Xtremizer just spreading out. Does get an EMP blast. I'm not sure how. Maybe he used his spike. Not 100% sure on how that actually went down, but he will be shooting it from the rear here. But the thing is, if this goes... Oh, is this a Mind Strike? It is a Mind Strike. That does a lot of damage. That does a ton of damage, and unless he can somehow destroy this Redeemer very quickly, he's going to lose this Marv. It goes down, so Incapaisa and this rig will go down. Incapaisa has been reduced to just a few behemoth. I'm not even sure if it's worth remaining in the game. No, these behemoth actually belong to OneVISION because he's reclaimed them from husks. So there you go. And Incapaisa there, he tapped out, unfortunately, which resulted in that husk dying, I believe. Must have been one of Incapaisa's husks, or maybe it was just its time to expire. But all Venom's coming in. They don't want to get too close to those AA batteries because they will do a lot of damage now. This is the thing, to be honest, Xtremizer is in a really good position. He just needs to identify, and he is identifying. He's going for the Tiberium over here, which is actually pretty smart because it's a lot closer than going to the top, although he's still long-range mining, which is a good idea. And he's got so many harvesters he can afford to long-range mine. It would actually be quite advantageous, even getting blue Tiberium, so he is actually starting to rally himself a little bit. Unfortunately, trickle-feeding his infantry in is not what you want to do. OneVISION has also identified this now. OneVISION, I think, would be a better player than Xtremizer. So he's going to identify that he needs more economy. This is a 1v1, so this is interesting. So 1v1 on this 3v3 map, it is definitely going into the very late game here, but both sides have been really, really ravished. OneVISION does not have access to any tech center of any kind. He's only on tier 2. He's got some high-tech units, but unfortunately, he can't do too much. The infantry are going to come forward. He could use the ability. He does use the ability. But we saw last time 0 micro from Xtremizer. Let's see if he can change it up. There's actually a very special method to doing the micro. And as we can see, there we go. He got one off. He got one off on those tripods. That's a good shot, by the way, to get those. But look at all the Awakened. He's got a ton of Awakened here. He's got so many. They're just kind of just plowing forward. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're actually doing so much damage. There's too much units here. He needs to start firing his EMP abilities off. The best way to do it is to select one and then double tap E to select all the same unit type and then just draw from the left-hand side. And you can just put a blanket. See, look at that. He's just putting all of his EMPs onto the one spot. He just wasted like 10 EMPs on one unit. You can scatter it with the method that I just described there. And unfortunately, it's not. It would have been way more effective. He could have crushed through here. He's still going to get through just because of his sheer numbers. Manages to put some EMP down. Remember, the EMP on Awaken only lasts for a few seconds. It's not a full EMP that comes down. OneVISION is in a lot of trouble. He needs to try to hold this. He needs to get EMP on the Redeemer. This tripod here, the first one is going to get destroyed for sure. He will knock it down. Vapor Bomb comes in, does a lot of damage. The infantry needs to get over here to save the Redeemer, and they will be moving across now, but there's still some buzzer hives they need to take care of. Unfortunately, they're just running straight into these buzzer hives here, and he's not prioritizing his targets here now. The Venom's going to come in. They're going to try to snipe down the tripods, and there's so many Venoms that they will do it, and OneVISION throws it in. He throws it in, so there we go. Obviously not the highest tier fight that we saw, but nonetheless, it was pretty interesting, especially the way that it did end up turning into a 1v1. You don't see that too often. Usually, it's not that uncommon for one player to drop out and the other two to continue to fight, or for it to become a 2v2, but for it to become a 1v1 is pretty uncommon. I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's definitely not that common. 23 minutes, 20 seconds, so if we have a look here, Xtremizer got 285,000, so he got more than OneVISION. He got 246. So if we go to the end total here, 530, so basically 540,000 from Team 1, which was Aggressor, Xtremizer, and Senna, and then Team 2, which was the Captain, Janea, Incapaisa, and OneVISION got 487,000. So the grand scheme of things, their economies were almost the same in a 23-minute game between 6 players to only have a difference of like $50,000. I mean, it is notable, obviously, but at the end of the day, both sides had their good engagements and their bad engagements, and the bottom team will come out on top. Their units lost from Team 1. Wow, they lost, I guess, because they went for a lot of infantry, but nonetheless, that was a pretty good game there. Gresseru, wow, learned to economy, and same with Incapaisa there. We had, yeah, look at these guys here. They definitely did. On the lower end of the spectrum, you can see the top 2 ballooning out once their allies left the game. So that was a pretty good game. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm Green Zero, and I'll catch you all in the next VOD.